Are you recording? We're Taller Games, and we've been really busy making a metroidvania about an onion that we haven't updated you in a long time. We're really sorry.
We've been working really hard, and we can't wait to show you some of the updates we made to the game.
And if you happen to be watching this on the Play Watch Listen YouTube channel, I know you might be a little bit confused about what exactly you're watching here. Well, we are the three people that make up independent game studio Tall Order Games. I'm Alana, the narrative director on Layers Deep.
And I'm Josh, the art director.
I'm Eric, I'm the technical director.
And someone asked that we talk about Layers Deep more, and he said if I didn't share it on this channel too, rather than just putting it on the main Tall Order YouTube channel, that he'd, no, I just thought that the audience of this channel specifically would be really interested in learning about our game development process. So we're basically here to, give you updates on what we're doing and how it works.
Yep, and boy do we have an update for you. A lot has happened in the past year in our game, as a studio, in the world. We have once again revamped all the art in the game, added a bunch of gameplay and tweaks based on our Kickstarter feedback, and started working on the next major biome. There's so much we can't wait to show you, so let's, oh my gosh, let's get started. Is that okay? Are we doing good? Is it good? Okay, as you can see, the thicket, which is our starting area, has gotten a chunky art update. We've overhauled and improved our art pipeline for better visuals and lighting across the entire game. We wanted to push the graphical fidelity forward, and from a purely artistic perspective, I look to one of my favorite games for inspiration, Rayman Legends. Obviously, the art in Layers Deep is all just coming from me rather than a team of hundreds of artists like at Ubisoft. Not that we need hundreds of people or anything. The three of us can get it done just fine. But I just love the painterly textures in that game so much. I can't help but be inspired by their brilliant technique. But it's not just the visuals. We also overhauled the tech. Almost everything you see on screen right now was placed via a tile set. I used to place every single asset as a single sprite, which meant that there were thousands of individual sprites, or images, that our engine had to pull in every time you'd load up a room. This was terrible for performance, so now I make tile sets. This is an old school game dev method that allows us to condense thousands of pieces of art into just one layer. Now each room is only asking your VRAM to make 10 to 20 draw calls instead of thousands, which has improved performance by a ton. This screen used to take 3 seconds to load, which we were told was unacceptable. Now it just takes 1. All of our levels are essentially little 3D dioramas, which does make using tile sets a little more tricky. Our onion has to be able to wander around the scene without the diorama breaking, or showing you how much of it is actually empty. If you look at our scene in 3D space here with no walls, you'll see that all these pieces of art essentially are floating in the air, which means I need to place them super carefully so every piece is covered. It's way harder than it sounds. If the onion wanders off screen and the diorama breaks and the art is all fussled around, then it breaks the illusion and you get taken out and you realize that we're just a bunch of dirty tricksters, a bunch of liars. We fibbed to you, and the illusion of the game is broken, and probably the illusion of life as well, which is fragile enough as it is and could fall apart at any moment. And ultra widescreen support would probably be a living nightmare given how I've been placing this art. I mean, just thinking about how perspective changes and widescreen works is going to be a tough one to...
Oh god, Eric, say something.
Now that the VRAM is all clean, we can spawn as many assets as we want. And we have UI now. Now that we have a solid structure for the systems in our game, I decided to work on the UI design, which we really wanted to be fun and diegetic. I started by reworking the player's health bar. Look at that, it's a little spread. There's actually even a full menu now instead of a pretend menu. It's got game settings, graphics settings, audio settings, controller settings, which doesn't work right now. And none of this is the final design or anything, but we're working on it. We'll be done soon. But here's something that does work. The map is now fully navigatable. You can zoom in, you can pan around, and you can take a look around at the world that we haven't finished building yet.
Are you okay?
I could use some healing, please.
Great time to talk about our changes to the healing system, right?
Wait a second, I dropped the flask, and yet I still got healed.
In the last devlog, we introduced the healing mechanic where you throw up a flask and smack it to release the health. We got a lot of feedback that missing the flask, which resulted in 0 health, was really hard and might stop people from playing our game. Which we really don't want that. So now, if you drop the flask, you still get the regular amount of health, but if you manage to hit it at the right time, you'll get a boost on top of that. Think of it like the Gears of War active reload. The only difference being here, this is for health, not ammo. We don't plan on giving the Onion a gun. At least not yet.
Hell yeah, rewarding hardcore gamers like myself is what's up. People love that, right? Just so everyone knows, I beat Consort Radon pre-nerf.
Wow, this guy games.
Speaking of dense lore, what have you been writing, Alano?
I'm so glad you asked. I have been working on the domain of reptile miners. It's now officially called Dendrobo. That's minus with an ER, not an OR, minus. Anyway, my big goal with world building in Layers Deep is to maintain logic wherever possible. I'm holding us to a very difficult standard here, but the idea is that everything that exists in the world is there because a character specifically put it there for an organic reason. Nothing is there just for the player. It's basically our way of trying to make the world feel as lived in as possible, and Dendroba is our big first foray into that. This part of the map is inhabited by reptiles, who are of course cold-blooded creatures who literally would not survive without heat/fire, which has wholly shaped their culture. While they have long been mining the colony of our world and take a lot of pride in their work, they have also developed a deeply religious society that revolves around worshipping fire. There's plenty more to uncover about their flame god, but I want to leave that discovery up to our players rather than spelling anything out too explicitly. And that is basically equally important to me. While Layers Deep does have fully traditional linear character-driven quests and NPCs you'll talk to and make friends with along the way, we are going to have a really fun voice cast that I'm excited to talk about as we get further along. But I want our lore to be subtle enough that only the players who really care to, want to, will be able to put the pieces together. No lore dumps, no history logs, even though our world history does go back thousands and thousands of years, no exposition. And a very big part of delivering a story without writing it down is level design, and also art, of course. I initially started building Dendroba entirely via text. That's just the way that I prefer to write, and it's how I've worked on other games. I wrote a doc that's basically almost in screenplay format, like a film script, that explains the sort of golden path journey that the player follows in this location, thinking again about why this particular society would have things where they do. From there, I built a really bad map that visually laid out what I thought the progression would probably look like, including different rooms and their individual purposes, but I was pretty specific about them all being linked to the story of this area, which is all driven by the lore. Then Josh and Eric took my bad map, made it way better, and expanded on it in every direction. It was actually really, really cool to watch Josh take the lore I gave him and make coloss mining frog enemies with unique animations and different attack patterns, and he even took my vague, I think it literally said crocodile mini boss go here on the map, and turned it into this big old kazoo playing cutie. He is so much better than I ever could have imagined.
Yeah, all these enemies took a really long time to animate. We're talking thousands of frames of hand-drawn animation to get these enemies to look alive. Especially this gator boss. His scale and movement sets were quite a unique challenge. We essentially wanted him to control and wiggle around this water-trapped arena, diving and jumping at the player. I think I made a mistake committing to this style of animation. My hands hurt and I'm running out of lamp oil to keep my drawing tablet lit. But we found a way to let you help get me some lamp oil. This isn't a problem, we swear. See, we have solutions. We're gonna finish the game, I promise. Hello, dear audience member. I have but one question. Has this ever happened to you? Oh no. Please, oh my gosh. No. Oh. Don't worry, poor boy. I have just the cure. Alakablam. Layers deep merchandise adorned upon your skin and person. How do you feel now? Look at him, the layers deep merchandise has warmed his soul and cured him of his affliction, and it could do the same for you. The wonder, the splendor. Imagine. Listen to me. You must go to the link in the description and you will find the Layers Deep merch there. Well, you don't have enough time. They're coming for me. The evil wizards of anti-indie gamery are coming to get me, and you must... You must get the link in the description. It's your only chance. All of the proceeds go to supporting Layers Deep's development. Okay, I get it. This boss might be too hard.
I'm sure it's fine. I mean, look at the playtest feedback.
That was jank. So far, I don't think it's too hard, but I do think that there's some jankiness that contributes to the difficulty. Yeah, I said I was gonna do one more, but I want to go back in and do this again, so I guess that's one thing. It's pretty fun to do.
Yeah, they, see here, yeah, we gotta fix them, well, which we are doing. We're fixing them.
Tell them what you get after you beat him.
Of course, yes. This is cool. Once you do beat the Gator boss, which, good luck, you unlock the next big ability in the game. The fully automatic machine, what? Oh, shoot. No, it's not a problem, I'm good. This ability, which is actually in the game, is, we have not been able to stop playing around with it, is really fun. It's a grappling hook. This grappling hook allows you to both swing and zip. You know, like this. Well, zip. And when you latch onto a hook, it refreshes your cooldowns. The traversal possibilities with just this one mechanic are massive, and it's really changed the way we've been thinking about level design because we've just been having so much fun with it. We believe each ability should have multiple uses. Some should be obvious, but some should just be an extension of you and how you play the game.
Yeah, and of course, good Metroidvanias need ability unlocks for their progression. It's a staple of the genre, and part of what makes them so satisfying to play. But coming up with good abilities can be hard. It feels like my urge is to always add the abilities I know from other Metroidvanias, but that would be boring and unoriginal if it was all we did. While we're working on some abilities that are truly out of the box, we've also made sure to pay homage to some classics. Take, for example, the humble roly-poly ball from Metroid that we all know and love. We wanted to make something kind of similar where you can squeeze into tight spaces but as an onion. So we made a little onion ball that can roll around. But when Eric started implementing it, he realized he could add bouncy physics. So now we have a bouncy ball ability, which opens up even more combat and traversal possibilities. It feels like sometimes we're not just making a game, but we're actively discovering what it is and what it can be. Wow, it's almost like it has layers.
That's deep.
But not as deep as our pockets, because they're empty. Yeah.
That's true, we have no money.
Whoa, what?
Where did that come from?
Oh my god, this is so exciting. Does this mean you like the devlog?
So, We did get really close with signing with a publisher who we really like and would have been proud to work with. They were wonderful, but we ultimately realized that staying truly independent just suits our creative strengths much, much better. So we passed on the deal. We really enjoy spending time being freely creative and brainstorming and prototyping and figuring out what works best. And publishers, all of them, and to no fault of theirs, kind of require specific things to be delivered on specific dates since that's what they're paying for. It's very rigid. We discussed it as a team. It was a really difficult decision to make, but it ultimately felt like our existing creative workflow was serving us so well. We really like what we're making, and we're having genuine fun making it. And changing that workflow just felt like a risk that wasn't worth it for us, personally.
Yeah, Layers Deep is staying 100% independent, which means we are working on the game entirely for free and in our spare time. This does mean we are going to have to take on other work to get the bills paid while we make the game, so it's going to take us a little longer to make, and devlogs might be a little more spaced out. But Alana is acting as producer to keep us on track of our individual tasks and due dates, so we will finish the game within a reasonable timeline and with more creative freedom than publishers can offer us, so it'll be a better game in the long run.
We are genuinely happy to have it this way, but if you would like to support us on this ongoing journey, buying our merch does directly fund the game's development. Otherwise, wishlisting the game on Steam is free, and it does actually help a ton. We do also want to give a huge extra special mega thank you to our Kickstarter backers, who have funded most of what we've done so far, and who have also been instrumental in making us attractive to publishers in the first place, which is incredibly difficult in the current landscape. It definitely feels a little crazy to have passed on this deal, considering how difficult things are, but we definitely believe the game will be better off for it.
Just don't expect a release date announcement anytime soon. We don't even have one. But as soon as we do, we will update you, obviously. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next Layers devlog with more updates from the team here at Tall Order Games on Layers Deep.